Hi everyone, this is Guam Harris-Snell, and this is Who Won, a Who Would Win Show recap show, where I talk about the Who Would Win Show podcast, a podcast about another podcast. Is this a podcast inception? A podception? So yes, it's about the Who Would Win Show, which is an amazing podcast. I highly recommend you listen to it. It's where Ray and James argue about which fictional character to win in a fight, and they bring up incredible points, and there's an amazing guest judge who decides who's right between the two of them. It's super fun. And today they were arguing about Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars versus DragonBorn from Skyrim. And they make 3 points each, and then they make counter arguments. And then at the end, the guest judge will decide. So today's guest host was Robert Clark Chan, and like him, I haven't actually watched that much Clone Wars. Like, I love Star Wars and all, and I haven't actually played Skyrim either, so I don't really know too much background, so this episode really did teach me a lot about both characters. So Ray's 3 points were Dragonborn, because he was repping Dragonborn, and James was repping Ahsoka Tano. So Ray's 3 points are that Dragonborn has at his disposal all these incredible armor and weapons and potions that can do all these various effects. Like, some of them are venomous and they cause continuous damage, and they are very good at using these weapons, by the way, and the armors are incredibly powerful, and some of the potions even make him invisible. And then he also has a shouting power, which is awesome. Ray and his shouting, he does a lot of shouting, so of course it makes sense that he would rep a character that does a lot of shouting. And then he even has like one that can do gale force winds and knock people back, which would be effective against Ahsoka because she's like an acrobat. She spends a lot of time in the air. And then he also has an ethereal potion, which would make him immune to all damage for a while. Or that was a shout, ethereal shout that would make him, damage. He's immune to damage. So then he can create weather, but he can't control it like Storm from X-Men. But, he could probably use it to his advantage. Like, if someone hates rain, I'm going to make it rain. And yes, so that was his point number 1. All of the various potions, spells, weapons that he has at his disposal. And then point number 2 is that through these magic and his shout, he is essentially a Jedi because he has all these amazing powers, and he can also slow time, and he can instantly heal, whereas where Ahsoka might be able to heal, she can't heal instantly, so time is on his side when it comes to healing. And then he also has powers of calm, fear, and frenzy, so he can calm down the enemy, sort of disarm them like, hey, yeah, I'm not that dangerous, or he can make them afraid, or they might run off to the battlefield and cause battlefield removal or frenzy and cause them to attack their own allies. So Ray was saying that maybe Ahsoka might be able to, accidentally attack a tree out of the frenzy. Oh, and he can also summon. So then Ray said that, he can summon the creatures to help him. And then he was talking about puppies. Oh, please, Ray, don't use puppies to attack. But yes. And then Ray's point number 3 was that Dragonborn pulled out great feats against other, crazy monsters like dragons, giants, vampires, the undead, and werewolves. And then he fights giant monsters all the time. Well, it's no big deal for him. And he defeated a world eater. And then he fought the first Dragonborn. So based on all those feats, he can definitely take on Ahsoka. So here are James's 3 points, where he was repping Ahsoka Tano. 1, combat experience. So she was raised from the age of 3 to 14 by learning how the Jedi did the tricks, because they discovered that she was sensitive to the Force. And then she trained for all those years, and then she has 5 different lightsaber styles. And then she even created her own, too. And then she's beaten plenty of enemies bigger than her, and also when she was outnumbered. James' point number 2 was all about the Force. And then since she's not really a Sith and she's not really a Jedi, she can essentially use both sides of it. So she's not really constricted to one Force style. So she gets all the Force powers, and then she uses them to create a shield. She's acrobatic. She jumps super high. And then she uses the Force to make her strikes more effective. Like James said that she was able to punch and use the Force powers to make them more powerful. And she can even use Force lightning. Wow. And apparently she's so good at the Force that she made white lightsabers. Like, what? And James's point number 3 was kind of echoing Ray's number 3, where they were talking about how she has also had big feats and fights. She was able to fight Count Dooku, and then she fought Obi-Wan and Anakin at the same time, and then she fought, beat, and trapped Darth Maul. So then, she has healing powers, and they were talking about how, Dragonborn's not really super great at counteracting physical attacks, but, Asuka, she's really great at the whole physical battle part. And, Dragonborn, he wouldn't know what to do with a lightsaber, so that's why Robert Clark Chan decided that the winner would be Asuka, because she has, the lightsabers on her side, and it's probably not going to be super effective against, the old-fashioned armor. I don't know. It was a really close battle, though. Both Ray and James brought up really great points. And, yeah, and also, he has, the Dragonborn's not really great at taking fall damage. He falls a little bit, but Asuka's probably jumped from a great height, 'cause she's really good at that. She could probably force, lessen the blows. But, yes, it was a really amazing episode. Great job to both Ray and James. I hope you guys check out the Who Would Win Show podcast, and as well as Knowing the Half of the Battle, where Ray and Robert both are part of that podcast. So yes, it was a good time. Great job to Ray, James, and Robert, and I hope you all enjoy. Bye.